In the top stories, billboard unveiled for Carifta gold medalist Akanye Samuel Francis. Male body found floating in Bahamas waters, and protecting Taiwan's democracy described as truly a life and death matter. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today's Friday, the 5th of May, 2023. I'm Jason Davis. Nationally, the performance of Akanye Samuel Francis during the recently concluded 50th Carifta Games held in the Bahamas was celebrated on Friday morning with the unveiling of a billboard along Keon Street near the Dr. William Connor Primary School. Akanye Samuel Francis took first place in the men's under-17 400-meter hurdles, clocking a time of 54.14 seconds. During the ceremony, Samuel Francis thanked everyone who supported him and vowed to continue making his country proud.
I would like to say thanks to everybody for the support. I appreciate it very much, and I hope that this continue as I go on the journey, and that I will continue to do more things for the community and for the country and make the country proud.
Parliamentary Representative for Constituency Number 3, the Honourable Conris Maynard, was also present for the unveiling and congratulated Akanye for his achievement at the Games.
I want to take this opportunity to publicly once again congratulate Akanye on your remarkable achievement. Mr. Amit referenced that this is the sort of beginning of a journey in understanding, because I heard you in an interview said you weren't intending to gold medal. You wanted to medal, but you weren't necessarily intending to gold medal. But I think what this experience shows that it is possible, and now the entire world is ahead of you. All level of achievement is available to you because of your age and because of your talent. And if you hone that, you're not only going to be a success for yourself, but a success for our country of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Minister Maynard used the opportunity to encourage Akanye to stay focused, grounded, and keep the positive reinforcements around him. He also repeated the government's commitment to facilitating the upward mobility of the nation's athletes. The Ministry of Employment and Labour is working with its partners and other agencies and institutions to review the current minimum wage in St. Kitts and Nevis and to determine the best way forward given factors such as inflation and the Consumer Price Index. On this week's edition of the radio and TV program In Focus, Commissioner of Labour Charnel James said that the Minimum Wage Advisory Committee has met several times. She gave insight into the ongoing process.
This committee is tripartite plus in nature: government, workers, employers, and civil society. And so the committee would have met. Each entity that is part of the Minimum Wage Advisory Committee presents to the committee a position paper, and it is based on data. What is the inflation rate, what is the unemployment rate, what is the CPI, and all of these things. And so based upon that, each entity would present a position paper, and they would make a recommendation as per what they think the minimum wage should be based upon the data that they would have put together, they would have looked at and determined they looked at it and determined what their rate would be.
Commissioner James added that it is the committee's responsibility to determine if an increase is necessary.
It is the committee's decision to review all of these positions, determined at the end of it if we should have an increase or if there should not be an increase, and then present our findings to the Minister of Labour, who then takes it to her cabinet colleague to review.
Junique Eddy, the head of the Occupation Safety, Health and Environment Unit, said that when he conducts health and safety inspections at various workplaces and sites, persons often reference the need for a pay hike. However, he added that employers have to consider the responsibilities of the employee, the worker's qualifications and experience, and the entity's salary scale. Market forces also will factor into the decision, he said. In other news, 38-year-old Viron Richardson, also known as Tommy, has been sentenced to serve 22 years and 6 months for the offense of rape and 10 years for burglary. Both offenses were committed on December 7, 2019 in Newton Ground. Richardson pleaded guilty to both offenses on February 6, 2023. On May 2, His Lordship Justice Ian Morley handed down the sentences with the order for them to run at the same time. Moving on now to news in the region. In the Bahamas, the body of a man was found in the water near the Prince Charles Wharf on Tuesday. More in this report.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Delarice Ferguson telling reporters the victim suffered no visible injuries but appeared to have been in the water for some time. Further investigations will determine the man's identity